don't know what happened there. Welcome to East Coast Elk Reviews. Today we're doing another whiskey examination, and so we have a whiskey by WhistlePig. So today I'd like to thank the panel that's here with me today. Bumpyisms, cheers, Bumpy, and Thomas75, also known as
Hola.
Vegetables. Today's whiskey reviews, or usually beer reviews. Cheers, Eric. So today we got product by WhistlePig, and off air, me and Eric were just discussing. I don't believe I've ever had anything from WhistlePig. At least I've never purchased anything from WhistlePig. Typically, their 10-year, or for the longest time, used to be their entry-level bottle, is like $70, which is a little bit on the pricier side, I guess, for whiskey. And they came out with this. This has actually been out for a while now. Cheers to the chat as well. Tater Dom. Cheers, Tater Dom.
Tater.
Cheers to Bubby.
Hey. Whiskey.
Cheers, Luke John. What's up, dude?
Hello.
All right. Yeah, that was weird with the intro thing. I hit the button and it said it failed to play. Go figure. Stream. So this is a whiskey examination. We have a 6-point category rating system. We go over the aesthetics: nose, flavor, mouthfeel, finish, and value. Aesthetics and value are 10 points each. And then nose, flavor, mouthfeel, and finish are 20 points each, all equaling 100 points in total. We've done this for a good amount of time now. I believe the highest rated product still is the Michter's Rye, right, Bobby?
Yeah, unless you ask Dan, and then he'll say that it's the 10-year Russell.
Oh, okay, yeah. So those two are still kind of head to head.
I guess. Oh, I guess if you say the Michter's one was a rye. So if you want to say rye versus bourbon,
highest rated rye. Yeah, definitely. But let's see if this competes to it. So we like to go around the panel and talk about how much we paid for the product. And then we'll actually go over the notes after everybody presents their bottle. So what did you pay for your bottle, and what size bottle did you get? I believe they used to do 50 milliliters of this too. They used to do.
I have a bottle of a WhistlePig product, and I compared it to the WhistlePig PiggyBack, their 6-year, straight, and they're exactly the same bottle shape, pretty much the same amount of information. The bigger bottles has a cork and the wood top. So I checked it out first. So I'm not going to base my aesthetics off this little tiny ass.
So you were able to find a small.
Yes. Bottle. So this has a screw cap. It's a metal cap. It's a plastic bottle. But I mean, it's in the same shape.
It looks just like
bottle. It looks just like the regular bottle. It's just a little mini plastic one.
Yes.
But it's I paid $5.40.
Not bad
for this.
All right.
That's a 50 milliliter. Well, how about you, Eric? What did you pay?
750 milliliter bottle for $39.99.
So
that's a good price.
So I got a 750 milliliter bottle for $38.99. So $39.
They're like $50.
Everywhere else is $50. I think MSRP is regularly $50. I think this is supposed to be $50. When this first came out,
if I could get it for $39, I would have done that. But yeah, it's like
when this first came out, this was in the $30 range, and now it's up there in the $50 range. So you got to figure, right? If this is $50 and the 10-year is $70, so you're losing 4 years, but you're paying $20 less, roughly 25. Let's say it's $75 for the 10-year, right? So that I think that's kind of what. But I've also never. I might have had some of the 10-year. I feel like I've had some WhistlePig before. Like
Okay.
someone gave me like a sample. I tried some,
Mm.
but I've never actually purchased a bottle. But,
I've had this exact product when I went to Vermont with the wife. I think it was like 4 years ago now.
well, I'm gonna crack mine open.
Okay.
But it was it was before I got into drinking whiskey and stuff, and I had a pour, and it was $16 for the pour.
Ooh.
And it was good. I could actually sit there and sip on it, enjoy it. And this was before I even really got into any like harder alcohols. So
That was at a bar.
no, it was at like an outdoor event,
Oh, okay.
a ski resort area in Vermont during the summertime.
Let's go for the cork pop. Ready? Not bad.
I got mine.
We got a real cork.
Oh, I didn't make a sound. Let me try that one more time.
Oh, yeah. Aesthetics for the bottle. What do you guys think? I like it. I like the shape of the bottle. I think it's really nice looking.
Hold on. I gotta open mine.
There it is. Sound like you're breaking your nail.
It actually did it too. That's the funny part.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not doing it based off my little plastic bottle, but this is the same shape.
Homegrown.
Yeah.
Cheers, Joe. Yeah, let's pour this up. In the bottle, it looks like it's got some nice color. I haven't poured it yet, but
Me either. Trying to get our.
It's kind of light.
Let me pour it first.
What I have here is 4 roses.
yeah, it's not too dark. I think it looks darker in the bottle. It's a honey color, golden honey. There was a little bit of water in my glass, but so we're looking at. Oh, we didn't even say the all the information. Yeah, this one, as far as aesthetics, pretty good with the information. Nice 6-year age statement right on the front. It tells you it's made from 100% rye. So the mash bill, of course, is 100% rye. Tells you it's a small batch, which essentially we've talked about before. It doesn't really mean too much unless you're telling us exactly how many barrels. On the back, it says, our whiskey vision knows no bounds. Piggyback 100% rye is made from 100% rye for a full send on flavor, because anything worth doing is worth doing at 100%. The perfect partner to piggyback 100 proof bourbon. So they do have 100. They do have the bourbon as well, the 6-year bourbon. This is the 6-year rye. It's distilled by WhistlePig, aged by WhistlePig. On the back, it says distilled in Vermont and Canada, bottled by WhistlePig Whiskey Company, Mineville, New York, I believe.
Yep.
And yeah, what do you guys think as far as aesthetics? I like it. I think it's
Looks nice.
pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, another thing of note, really quickly, is I'm on the WhistlePig website, and they said, I don't know who this Dave Pickerel is. He must have been one of the distillery masters.
Cheers, man.
They wanted to create the best whiskey for use in the world's best cocktails, and they wanted to use a mash bill of 100% rye to capture the full flavored spice. So they made this particularly for mixing in cocktails. So this is what we're drinking, a cocktail mixer.
That's what they said.
It's got a nice presentation. The bottle's super heavy and sturdy.
Where does it say that on the website?
Yes. Kind of wish they had more of that information on the bottle, actually. That would have been cool.
Optimal match in the strength, sweet, bitter cocktail triangle.
Trademark 68.
Stir or shake as you choose.
They're very serious about 6 years and 100% rye.
I like. I really like it. I think I'm gonna give it maybe like an 8. It's got a good age statement. It's got a nice bottle shape. The cork's nice. You got all the information you really need on there. It's made by the company that's on it. You know, it's not a sourced whiskey.
I'll give it an
I
8.
paid $39, which doesn't really have anything to do with aesthetics.
I'm right there with you on the aesthetics. I'll give it an 8 as
I'll
well.
go.
In that range, it's got a lot of information on it. It's for like somebody who doesn't really know too much about whiskey. I think that this one is very inviting. It's got a lot of good information on the front of it.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go with 8. Yeah.
Yeah, we all score an 8 on that. You talked me into an 8 out of the 7. But it's the bottling's transparent. It says where it's made and who produced it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. It does look. It looks a little bit darker in the bottle though.
Sure does.
Mine looks darker in the glass than it did my little bottle.
Oh. You guys want to go for the nose?
Yeah.
All right.
It's caramel and vanilla up front.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Super
There's a
good.
spice to it too.
I get
Yep.
green apple.
Yeah. Green apple spice, like bacon spices of something you might find in pies.
Ooh, yeah. I got a
Pecan.
Maybe. Is there a nuttiness? I don't know if I'm getting a nutty. Maybe.
I got like the cinnamon
Bubblegum.
spice.
Is there a bubblegum sweetness?
Are you getting like a pink bubblegum?
No. Maybe herb based. Nope. Yeah. Man, it's sweet. Let's go with that.
He's probably going a little too fast for me, at least. I'm
just because I'm just yelling out what I'm showing.
Maybe.
I'm getting I'm getting like a green apple with like a mint and then cinnamon so far.
Maybe there's a gum somewhere, and
I get like a super like Bazooka Joe, maybe cherry Bazooka Joe.
Yeah, maybe with the cherry thing, I can see that totally. Yeah. Herbal, obviously, it's to get that 100%
Okay, so
rye.
I can see that like sweet sugary.
Sweet sugar.
This is so different than the other one I have.
Yeah,
This is so different than the G-Force.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Was that more whiskey or
citrus.
something?
The G-Force is like super cherry and extra spicy. This is sweeter.
Ooh, I like the extra
Maybe it's the
spice.
app, but it's kind of got like it's got like a really nice like
Yeah, it's got like a green caramel apple thing going too.
yeah, but it's also got like an orange candy kind of thing. It's like very candy, like citrus candy apple.
You don't get like cherry Bazooka Joe.
I get a little bit of that with you, Bumpy.
You
open your mouth, you can really tell.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with the sugary sweetness. I can see what you're saying with the but I also just got like a really nice hint of
Yeah, there is a cinnamon. I mean, there's spice.
Like a leather, a little bit of like that kind of oaky / leather kind of, maybe tobacco. A little bit more of like that earthy kind of oaky aspect.
Yeah, this is like one of the most interesting noses I've had on a whiskey in a while.
You guys get mint? Oh, you know what? It kind of reminds me of like a menthol.
Yep.
Menthol mint kind of thing.
That cooling.
Yeah, a little bit of like cooling kind of on the nose.
Do you get like a popcorn too? I get like a little bit of like a
buttery like that. Yeah.
Diacetyl thing going on.
I see your slight bubble gum, Bumpy. Nope.
I'm getting like all the food groups that you take to the movies. Bubblegum, popcorn.
I guess this would be good in your Coca-Cola before the movie. I don't know. Sipping cocktails.
I mean, it smells good. It's just not like
no booze, honestly.
Yeah, I was getting more like green apple, and then the spice, and then like I said, like kind of a leather.
Yeah, smell it from like this distance.
And then like a mint.
This is where I get that like cherry bubble gum is from like this.
Open your
If
mouth.
I bury my nose, if I bury my nose, I get a lot of heat. I get
Yeah,
burning in my nostrils. That's why I get the cinnamon, extra spiciness. Further away though,
actually. Yeah, it's got that sugary sweetness, that bubblegum candy kind of sugary sweetness.
Slight char leather.
Well, before we give it the rating on the nose, let's try this. Let's taste it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
Excited. Right.
First alcohol of the day.
Lots of
Another sip.
peppery
Ooh.
spice on the
caramel.
tongue.
It's super smooth. It doesn't have a bite right up front at all.
Really?
Well, I just drank like some Four Roses small batch right before this.
Big amount of heat.
This was a bit more hot.
Kettle corn sweetness is what I'm getting initially here. Or just like a caramel, some kind of caramel sweetness at least.
You know what it's kind of like? It's 100% rye, so it's kind of weird, but it's kind of like candy corn in a sense.
That's kind of what I was getting at, yeah. That's
Well, like on the tail end, I'm thinking of like Swedish Fish or something. There's something kind of
it's kind of got like this
fruit forward thing at the end.
Yeah.
Then it's got to be like this starchy kind of like sweetness, like this citrus, like starchy kind of sweetness. Probably from the rye grain.
This whiskey is made out of sucrose and glucose and fructose and
additive bomb whiskey.
No. So, WhistlePig's technically a Canadian whiskey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it doesn't really taste like your typical Canadian whiskey.
Technically, being that it was made in Canada. That's a big
most of their stuff is Canadian whiskey, but they don't typically market like this personally as like a Canadian whiskey. They don't say it just says
it's made in American oak barrels.
Yeah, and it's made in American oak barrels. Exactly.
It's got a huge like fireball.
That's the big thing too. Good thing you said that though, because most
very cinnamon.
Most Canadian whiskey is made in reused cooperage, or like reused barrels. So there's your big difference is that WhistlePig, yes, they're from Canada, they're a Canadian distillery, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, they use new American oak barrels like they would in America. And I'm sure they have a big production. I'm sure they have somewhere where they're making whiskey in. Does it say? Yeah. Distilled in Vermont, so they have a spot in Vermont as well.
Well, like I said, when I went to Vermont, this was at that place.
Yeah. So they're making it in Vermont, they're making it in Canada. Yeah. So they have two different places. First impression, I will say it's got a little bit of heat to it. You really get that signature kind of like rye grain, like peppery spice, is what I was noticing. Then I was getting also that like citrus, like candy aspect.
I don't get like a citrus candy out of it, but it is sweet for sure.
I get green apple.
I get that in the nose.
Well, you know what?
I have to go back. The beginning to me was kind of washed out.
Very honey.
Like hardly any flavor in the beginning.
Think honey. Take a sip and think honey. That's like green apple and honey. It's so green apple forward. It's almost like an apple flavored whiskey to an extent. It's almost like green Jolly Rancher, kind of.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. It's not as green apple forward, though, as Johnny Walker Green. You ever had Johnny Walker Green?
No.
That's super green apple. But yeah, this is kind of like a green Jolly Rancher a little bit.
It's starting to get a little bit cleaner. I'm getting a little bit less of the boozy burn. I'm getting a little bit more spice.
I could see that little bit of honey too if you had like a straw of clover honey.
Yeah.
It's wicked honey forward. It's very, very honey.
But huge. It ends on cinnamon.
You guys ever had mead?
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of got that honey-like sweetness.
And it's what's the percentage?
It's 48.28%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little over 96 proof.
Yeah.
This is
It's easier to drink than I think most
very
of the ones that
candied.
hit 50.
I will say it's very candied.
Yeah.
It's very candied and spicy. I feel like as you sip on it, it starts to mellow out a little bit more. I mean, it's
I can tell you
100%
this.
rye, so
I'm enjoying this right now more than I was when I had it in Vermont because my palate's more accustomed to a lot of the flavors and stuff.
Minty again.
Yeah.
No, it's super minty, herbal, and spicy.
Yeah, herbal's a good word. There's almost like a little bit of like
I'm kind of confused.
maybe like a cacao or some type of dark flavor. Maybe not chocolate. Maybe like a dark fruit.
I'm going to save my thought.
There's some type of dark fruit in the background.
Yeah, maybe. It's very sweet for a rye. I just don't imagine 100% rye whiskey necessarily going. I don't think of it necessarily translating to this sweet, honestly. I think this is this. I don't have a huge breadth of knowledge in rye whiskey, but I feel like this has to be on the sweeter side of rye whiskeys that are using 100% rye.
That nose is getting up there too. I just went back to the nose. Holy crap, that nose is like.
That's more herbal and that's more
minty and citrusy and kind of candy.
The nose doesn't necessarily 100% translate to the flavor.
There's a good amount of I don't think anybody really mentioned it yet, but there's a good amount of there's a significant amount of like oak on the nose and the palate.
I will agree with that. I wrote slight char / leather.
Yeah.
Oak / leather, yeah. I didn't notice much ethanol.
It's very tobacco leather. No.
Kind of wish that apple pie and more cinnamon pastry thing translated into the flavor than what we got, because the aroma had more of it. The aroma felt like it was going to be more confectionery.
Still on the neck for I gotta.
Yeah, that's what we're judging on right now. Maybe it'll open up and get more confectionery over time. But with 100% rye, how is it going to really do that? I went all the way down to the finish and said that I was noticing a dry wood and peppery spice. As the liquid finally leaves any trace in the palate, it got kind of dry, woody, and peppery in the spice.
Really it's kind of got like a it's kind of got like a honeycomb cereal kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Yeah, it's kind of got like this like sugary like cereal grain on the nose.
Cherry candy definitely is in that.
You guys get cherry? I get more green apple.
I get kind of that cherry bazooka bubble gum on the nose.
God, the nose is awesome.
The green apple for me is right up front on both the nose and on the palate. It's right up front, the green apple.
That's okay though.
But I do kind of get like that kind of cherry note and more sweeter like bubble gum and before it goes into the cinnamon and other spices. Kind of mid palate to finish.
I think the nose is a good combo of multiple different aromas from that rye grain. Definitely show itself. Very prominent.
See, I wish more of the baking spice and the apple pie thing came out in the taste. The taste is a little lackluster compared to the aroma, honestly. Maybe I'm crazy. What is this mouthfeel even like? There's some oiliness to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, for sure. We haven't even really spoken on that. Yeah, mouthfeel's awesome.
Well, where are we going with nose?
Nose. I don't know. What do you guys think for a number?
Talk about that, yeah.
Nose, I'm at 16 out of 20. I think it's got a huge array. It may not be. I'll come back to all that when we finally talk about flavors and stuff too. I'll go over it then.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah, I really like the nose.
Yeah.
I like the nose better than the taste. So, do I go 16 on aroma? Maybe. Yeah. I'll stick with this. I'll go with the 16 on that. 16 aroma.
Okay. All right. Never mind. Yeah, we're going. Oh, I kind of want to give it a 17, but I'll go 16.
Anybody want to go flavor?
Now I'm getting like this almost
I'm getting like caramel popcorn and
maple syrup kind of
a little burnt.
Old Forester.
Yep. I get that too.
Old Forester 1920.
Really?
Maple syrup.
Really?
Do you remember that? Remember the 1920?
Yeah, I got a bottle of that in the back of the cabinet. I've had that before, though. Yeah.
Oh, it's got that mapley nose. Yeah, I'll stick with the 16. Though. Flavor. I feel like of course, it's more finished, but overall flavor, the upfront flavor kind of gets masked by the finish, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, the flavor up front is like kind of weak.
The spice and that like leather / tobacco note kind of take over. But there's this really nice, like I said, like almost like artificial green apple kind of candy-like flavor combined with like this citrusy orange and this like rich honey. It's just like there's this big sweetness. You get this big burst of sweetness, and it kind of gets steamrolled by like this peppery spice combined with this leathery tobacco kind of finish.
Like citrus.
But it's a very nice flavor. The flavor up front is very is good. I just wish it lasted longer, and I wish it was a little bit more prominent, standing up to the finish. I feel like, of course, yeah, the finish is like pretty strong. It's pretty dominant overall. What do you guys think? You guys agree with that, or? Like the flavor up front is really nice, but it seems like it's kind of drowned.
Well, it's weak. Like I said when I first put it in my mouth, it was like there wasn't really much of a flavor note. Like just zooming.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just drank some Four Roses small batch right before drinking this. The Four Roses small batch has that kind of peppery, spicy note right up front. It bites your tongue. This was very dulled down. Like it's like, do I even have whiskey in my mouth at this point? Wow. So maybe it's because I already burnt my tongue off by the Four Roses small batch, but drinking over and over again, it's kind of the same thing. You pick up kind of lighter notes up front. You can kind of pick out the green apple thing if you're really concentrating. But then, yeah, it's really that big spicy finish that dominates. I get that I'm still sticking with cherry bazooka bubblegum.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mid palate to going into that bakery spice fireball finish. Fireball,
yes.
the hot.
It's like Fireball.
Yeah,
it's got that big peppery.
Yeah. So did you give a score on your finish, on your flavor? I mean,
you want me to go first?
Sure.
Whoever.
I was gonna go lower, but I like this. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna go a little bit lower than the nose. I'm gonna go 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thomas, did you agree
overall,
with it?
so far, I'm really I'm enjoying this product. Just say that. What?
I said Thomas. Eric, did you agree with it?
Yeah. So I can see where the green apple is coming from. I'm just not really picking it up super prominently. What I get is a slight burn. I get really the caramel honey boards, and I wrote slash like a kettle corn kind of a note. I get that cherry candy. It's very herbal, minty, and spicy. Maybe cinnamon is part of that spice. And again, I can see where Bumpy's coming with that bubble gum. That kind of makes
Did
sense.
you guys get
There's something that's like super sweet in the middle of the taste and flavor. And then I got your slight citrus, Tanner, and I'm getting all kinds of woody notes too. I
Did you guys
almost
get
not like it's overcooked, obviously, but it's like it might be even like too much of that aspect. I like the aroma slightly better than the taste, so I am going to agree with Tanner, and I'm going to give that 15.
Did you guys get marshmallow on the nose?
No.
No. Because marshmallow would be vanilla flavors.
Honey, a bunch of the oats without any liquid in my glass anymore.
I don't know. I was getting like this
I mean, I don't get a lot of like
strong,
oaky,
sugary vanilla just there for saying.
I don't get the like atypical bourbon type.
No, yeah,
like,
this reminds
oaky
me of
vanilla.
the Old Forester, that 1920, that Whiskey Row series.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is a sweetness to it, so I guess you could say there's like a vanilla.
Well, it's kind of got like this like toasty kind of vanilla.
Yeah. It does have, a toasty. Okay, a toasted marshmallow. Like you're gonna make some s'mores or something.
Yeah.
Without the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, on the flavor and also just combining the nose and everything in with this one, is I think it has like a good array. It's got a little story to tell. It's not just like one-sided. There's some that are so boring. It's just like, and then, So it's got something to kind of tell. You can pick out some notes. And a lot of the notes are kind of nice in their own right. Is this my favorite type of whiskey as far as the flavors or bourbon, whatever you want to compare it to? No, because I'm more of that like sweet cake, like when it comes off like a cinnamon crumb cake or something like that. I kind of like that when it's kind of got the cakey dessert like notes and flavors to it. A little bit of cinnamon and spice and stuff like that too. I do like a little kick. I do like the ryes. But yeah, this one's it's got interesting notes. None of it's off-putting. And for the flavor, I'm at a 14 out of 20.
It's fair.
Just because it's so kind of dull in the beginning. That's why.
Man, I don't know. I like it. I think the flavor is good. I wouldn't put it past that 15, but I just wouldn't want to go, for me personally, lower than 15. I feel like if you were to bring this to, let's say you brought this to like a party, or you brought this to like a get together with family, people are going to be able to tell the difference between like this and like a $20-$30 bottle. You know what I mean? Like there is some uniqueness to this. Even rye, I think in general is a more expensive grain, which is why typically you'll see like a rye variant of a product more expensive than like their bourbon version. And even in that, let's say, what would you pay for a 750 of this, Bumpy?
It would have been like $52.
Really?
I wouldn't have spent that much money on it.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, Rogue.
Hello, Rogue. I'm trying to assess this mouthfeel.
Cheers, Sammy. Yeah, beer man. I think the MSRP on this was like $50, dude.
That's what they're selling it on their WhistlePig website. They're selling it at $49.99. I would personally buy this at $49. At $50, I don't think there's much value to this. 40's pushing it, honestly.
Cheers, Cheech.
Cheers.
What's up, dude?
I'm confused about this mouthfeel because I find that it's got an medium oiliness, but I just don't know what else to say about it.
I think it kind of fits with what I'm getting for the mouthfeel. That bubblegum note, the spicy finish. It's not like it's watered down. Like you said, it's got that oiliness to it, so it does have a little bit of a density. But it's not. Yeah, it's not like super sticky either.
As far as mouthfeel,
yeah,
I like the mouthfeel. I think it's pretty good. It's not too. It's not. I wouldn't say it's thin at all.
No.
It's probably equivalent to something that's like 100 proof.
Well, it's almost there.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Even it being what 96.56, very weird number. Andrew, by the way. Oh, what's up, Andrew? Cheers, bro. How are you, dude?
Who's Andrew?
My friend growing up. He was actually remember that live stream with me, you, Dio.
Oh, the weird crab guy.
Yeah, that was Nick, though. That's not
weird crab guy.
Yeah, that was Nick doing the crab dance.
Oh.
Andrew was the other guy. Yeah. Cheers, Andrew. We're actually pretty close to being monetized, or being at our first step of being monetized. I'm like 9 watch hours away. So you guys are on mouthfeel, right? Did you guys give your numbers for mouthfeel?
No.
Do
you want us to?
Yeah, I think that's what we're on, right? Cheers,
Yeah.
Hobo. What's up, bro?
Eric, have you gone first yet on giving a number?
No. I mean, the only note, it's not creamy, obviously, but the only note I give it is medium oiliness.
You got everyone chiming in.
To say about it. If there's nothing else about the mouthfeel that's standing out to me, it does. I don't know. I suppose you can give it 15 for the mouthfeel.
A 50?
15. No, not 50. No, this is not the worst mouthfeel on the planet Earth.
15.
Well, a 50% would be 10.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a 15. I think it's worthy enough of that. It's carrying some weight for it. It's carrying some
weight written down on my paper too. 15.
From the mouthfeel. Yeah. It's not Jim Beam White Label thin. Hell no.
You guys are going 15 on the mouthfeel?
Yeah, 1.5.
I may go down in taste, actually. I think.
Are you sure not in history?
No. I'm sure.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's nothing to like write home about, but I mean it's solid. It's right in the money there. It's not like, I mean, I would say it's got a little bit more of a viscosity to it, considering it's been aged for 6 years, than your typical whiskey that's a little bit less than 100 proof. You know, it's got a little bit more of a mouthfeel, a little bit more of a body to it. I agree with the 15 though, because 14 I feel like is too low, and 16 that would be too high of a number. I think 15 is fair.
Me too.
We're all just gonna agree on this one.
Yeah.
There.
Finish.
Yeah. I think the finish is pretty good with this.
Yeah, it's spicy. It's got that cinnamon fireball.
Spicy. It's what you want with a rye. It's spicy. It's got the lingering sweetness. You get the leather, tobacco notes. It's not overly astringent. It does have a good amount of like oaky drying flavors, but they're not. I wouldn't necessarily call like bitter or tannic.
Yeah.
Right. Would you guys agree? It's not really like.
I wouldn't call it bitter or tanner either.
Yeah.
Tannic. Not bitter.
Tannic, not tanner. Tannic.
Or tater.
Or tater, not tater. Tannic.
Oh, Cheech.
Huh? What about Cheech?
Cheech. Oh, Cheech.
Oh, Cheech.
Oh, geez. I find that again. I find there's a dried woody note and a peppery spice at the end when everything's really when all the liquid's really done in the palate. You get more of the barreling of the whiskey.
Let me know if this sparks anything with you, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Tastes like a bird. What the?
Woody Woodpecker?
he keeps saying Woody, so there you go, Woody Woodpecker.
Oh. Interesting.
Woodsy. Maybe there's a little bit of the cherry that's there before the peppery spice.
Cherry? A little bit of cherry.
Yes, it's a Canadian cherry. The cherry. And cherry.
Maybe it's one of those Michigan cherries. What are those ones called?
Cherries.
Yeah, but there's special Michigan cherries that you can
They're
get.
called cherries. Unreal.
But they're darker cherries.
Are we on finish yet?
Okay, we gotta put scores together for finish.
Oh, I didn't even pull up the website. Just want
Yeah.
to look at the pictures.
I'm at 15 for finish.
15.
Out of 20? Why? Where are you at? You're at like an 11?
15. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll go down to 14. I don't care.
I think I'm gonna go with a 14 overall on that.
Nose is definitely the best part of the.
I agree with you on that. I'm starting to get bummed out on the
The
flavors.
finish is good too, though. I think I'm gonna go 16 down the finish.
16?
Yeah,
16?
I like the spice.
I better sit up straight before I fall over backwards.
Now I feel like that candied sweetness kind of carries throughout. Then I get a little bit of like a maybe like a little bit of maple that kind of works with the like leathery tobacco kind of finish. A little dry. I wouldn't necessarily call it bitter though. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 16. It's fair in my opinion.
Value? You guys got good value. My value is not.
Value. Yeah.
I didn't know what he said either.
I don't know. He was like looking for somebody to talk about value
Value?
in home improvement style. Value.
Stuck his head over the fence.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
My
neighbor.
value,
Hey,
my value for this particular bottling, I'll give a value, I guess. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. And I leave a little bit of room to say
I don't know. It's MSRP $50, guy.
even in rye whiskey world, I have had much better whiskeys in general for the $40 price point. I think there's some value to it. Obviously, I think it's higher.
There's some complexity.
If you can
get this at the price me and you paid all day.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as
I would much rather have Michter's Rye over this.
100%.
That's cheaper.
Which is a little bit actually.
Right.
No, Michter's Rye.
Michter's Rye is only like $44.
But no, from what we paid, this was cheaper then.
Right.
But yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I would
you
probably
guys got a great deal on it.
Yeah.
I have gone down.
Yeah, if you're 100% correct. If this is $50 and Michter's Rye's whatever, 40, whatever. 100% Michter's Rye.
If it's the same
this
price,
is $38, $39 and Michter's Rye is $45, I mean, it's neck and neck. I mean, this is pretty good it's not bad. You're getting an age statement, 6 years. It's coming from the source. It's 100% rye. It's a different kind of offering.
It certainly is.
There's not a lot of whiskey out there nowadays that's, the mash bill's 100% of something. This is a good representation of a rye whiskey. Sweetness, citrusy candy, menthol-y kind of, combined with spicy, peppery, leather, tobacco, oaky notes. This is a really good example of what a rye should taste like. But I 100% agree. There's way better stuff out there.
This, to me, overall, and so I've gone down on 2 points already.
You could you could spend a little bit more. You could get the 101 rye. You could spend a little bit more and get like.
I'd rather get the Wild Turkey 101 rye.
Willet. That's what I was saying. Yeah, you can get like a Willet, or you can get that Clyde Mays. That Clyde Mays rye is
I like that thing better. I had a sample of that one.
That Clyde Mays rye was really good. This is the store pick.
So I've been talked down in value to go down to 6 actually, so I do that.
This was I think this might have been right around the same price, if not cheaper. But this is like wicked good compared to. And this is 5 years.
My value went down to 6. And,
104 proof.
My taste has gone down to 14. I guess I'm really, even though I gave it a 14 and it's not like a 12 or an 11 or anything like that, I'm kind of, it seems like you're a little bit different on the standard. That's okay. Everybody's different. I'm kind of a little confused with these really sweeter notes that we're getting. And as the whiskey sits in the glass, does it not just get even sweeter as it remains? I don't know. Maybe it's my ignorance. I have no idea. I kind of imagine either herbal minty kind of notes to rise, or something that's got more of a peppery spice and a kick. And this one is totally, to me, as much as it has all those things in it too, it is such a sweeter rendition of rye whiskey. For it to be 100% rye, maybe that's just what's happening.
Yeah. Well, maybe you need to stop and think about those sweet notes.
The Willet rye.
Think that they have a place?
I don't
think they have a place.
The Willet rye is pretty dang sweet. That Willet rye is pretty dang sweet.
Comparatively like this week.
Ryes can get pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, thinking about sweet things. Look, Ryan's here.
Hello, mystery.
What up, party, you people?
He's only sweet though because he was sucking the cream out of the cow.
He's the sweet one. No.
For
the value, I'm at a 6 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, probably right there with you at the 6, because it's definitely higher than a 5.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
If you're paying $50 MSRP for this, I mean,
shut the fuck up.
It's good though. And WhistlePig is a like a well-known brand. They're probably, it says small batch, so they're probably using not a giant batch, but it's probably a lot smaller.
Thank you, John Madden.
Smaller than your mass-produced whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, really, nowadays small batch means absolutely nothing.
It's small comparatively to what the rest of the distillery.
Yes. It's a small batch compared to whoever the hell they want to compare it to.
It's small for their own purpose.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Small batch is 100% a marketing name. Small batch. How many barrels are you guys using? I'm gonna stick with Bumpy. I think 6 out of 10 is fair. What did you give it, Eric? What did you say?
6 on that, yeah.
6. Let's tally up.
I'm tallied up.
I definitely preferred the Michter's ride just because it wasn't quite as, sugary sweet, and it had
Yeah,
more.
it tasted more like a real man's bourbon whiskey,
I
whatever.
suppose in that regard. Yeah,
It didn't taste like this cotton candy foonanny.
I'm not super into confectionery stuff. WhistlePig is kind of
Candy.
borderline confectionery.
I wish
mean,
it tasted like cotton candy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, it's because you're 12, Tanner.
All right. Well, what was everyone's number?
74.
73.
I had the highest number with a 76.
Wow.
So
We're right at like a
I like this one.
74.
So 76 plus 74 plus 73. 76, right? Is that how that works? How did that happen? Hold on, wait a second. 76.
We're at a 70.
Divided by 3. It'd be like 74 and a half.
74 and a third.
Hold on. 74 plus 76 plus 73 divided by 3 is... Yeah, never mind. How did it go back to... I must have hit the wrong button.
74.
It's 74.33, yeah, so we're round down. So it's 74 out of 100 for average. It's not bad.
Yeah.
What was last score? 64.
I don't understand that bubble gummy note thing that Bumpy was talking about. I'm tasting it. I don't understand why. I guess I don't understand. I guess I gotta try some more just straight rye stuff. Maybe.
Oh, I like the maker's mark.
See, I don't really get much of that.
Huh.
I'm trying to find
Hey,
the
that's part of this.
Bumpy, what was the score on the
He's looking it up.
Michter's?
Oh, the Michter's?
Is that like an 84 or
Never
something?
mind, 82.
82.
Which I actually gave the Michter's a 78.
I gave the Michter's an 83.
I think I gave it an 82. I must have.
Michter's I gave in 78, and the average was an 82. This
Yeah.
one was a 76.
Well, Beerman gave the Michter's like a 96 or something crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gave it a pretty high score. He really liked the Michter's.
Not bad, though. I mean, I'm not disappointed with this bottle.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
drink it. $39. Not bad.
tacos, you can make it on that. Yeah.
Kind of thought it would do a little bit better, to be completely honest with you. But I still think that it did pretty decent compared to what we've been drinking. This has definitely been up there.
So maybe I don't want to try that hard
No, you guys.
rye then.
Get me through the week.
Probably wouldn't be that one.
There's rocks.
No, Michter's whiskey. Wait a minute. Bumpy is having fun. Digging for treasure.
It's
All right.
brown.
Yeah, average 74 out of 100.
Refill it.
Pretty fair to me. You guys want to do some shout outs?
He wants to sniff out a 50 milliliter bottle here.
It's like those, those nasal squirt things. Clears you right up.
You don't want to do that.
Wow.
I'm blind.
Shout outs. Okay.
Shout out all the rest.
Thomas Metal 75. That's the name of the channel. We do Massachusetts whiskey reviews sometimes, and beers, and tequilas, and hopefully some mezcals, agave spirits, and that is one of the big things we do is that Wildcard Wednesday every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern time. Spring of beer, wine, and spirit. Don't be a douche. And if you like heavy metal, classic metal, stoner rock, doom metal, go check out my band on all the streaming platforms and on Bandcamp. Oxblood. Good. Cheers. Thank you.
Nice.
Dan.
Cheers, dude.
First off, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna shout out King Cobra,
Ooh.
and that's gonna lead into my next thing. So if you guys don't know who King Cobra is, check him out. It's like King Cobra 2866 or something. He's got like some strange number if you want to find him, but just keep it in mind. You'll be able to find him if you watch tomorrow's video. that I'm posting on my channel, and it is a pizza video, but it's not a frozen pizza video. I go around Concord, New Hampshire. We go to some pizza places and stuff. Plans don't quite work out totally because that's just the way that things happen for me. But I still make it a full pizza day, and surprise pie on the finish there. So watch it all the way, and you'll be able to find the link to King Cobra's channel. It was a video that I was able to do because he actually sent a little bit of funding my way. So just to appreciate him, I went and spent
Thank you, sir.
pretty much that money getting pizzas. So check it out. Also on my channel, I do frozen pizza reviews. Try to put one of those out once a week if I can, and my regular beer reviews, as well as some cooking sometimes. All right, cheers.
No
Cheers,
ice.
Bumpy. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I get
The video tomorrow is called a bumpy Concord, New Hampshire pizza day or something like that.
all right. I'll watch that while I'm at work. Cool.
Yeah. That would be a good idea. Put that thing on.
All right. So first off, there's the link. If anybody wants to come up and hang out with us after we end the show. Yeah. Overall, another successful whiskey examination. Pretty happy with this one. Like I said, I haven't really had many, if not any, WhistlePig products.
Mhm.
I'm impressed with this one. I like it. It makes me actually want to try the 10-year, even though they are kind of expensive.
Bar pour.
But yeah, definitely maybe like get a pour at a bar.
At the whiskey or a cigar bar. Huh?
Yeah, cigar bar for sure. But yeah, other than that, look out for more reviews on my channel. Hoping out just a bunch of spirit reviews, beer reviews. Just reviewed this. Check out this review on my channel. That was fun.
Yeah, that's the rye to try there.
Yeah. Bumpy. You're gonna have to try this next time I hang out with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I invited you over, but you had this big party that you were planning, so you couldn't come over.
I had a cookout for 4th of July.
Exactly. I had a giant pizza.
We'll get together soon, bro.
Boy.
And yeah, so look out for more videos on my channel. More live streams. Gonna keep doing live streams. Next Monday, we'll probably do another brew and booze reviews, which is pretty much like wild card in a sense. Pretty much just bring any type of adult beverage and review that product. You can do more than one product. Just kind of hang out. And shout outs for other people. Let's see. Shout out to Speakeasy Podcast. Haven't shouted them out in a while. But check them out. Pretty much do a podcast and they drink beer and whiskey while they talk about news and other random events. It's a pretty cool YouTube channel. Check them out. And then the other person I would like to shout out is the Beer Monster Reviews. He goes live all the time. He's a cool dude. Does a bunch of reviews. Check out his channel. Of course, shout out to the panel that's here with me today, Bumpyisms and Thomas Snow 75. Check these guys out. Great reviewers. Bumpy, you should do maybe like you should do a gin. I've been telling you this. You should do a gin review on your channel. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, you told me I should do the comparison between this one and the other WhistlePig.
Yeah, you should. And
which I did. I did pick up a second bottle of this.
Oh, you did? Cool. Yeah. Do that. Yeah, do that. That'd be awesome.
They're totally different. They're nowhere similar.
Yeah.
At all.
For the same juice, but then they finish it and then they drive it around the
finish it in a different barrel and
then they go fast and left.
Yeah, real fast, real left.
Real left.
Shout out to the chat, Beerman, Ryan, Andrew, Josh, Elbow, Cheech, Sammy, Luke John, timed himself out. Tater Tom, of course. And
That's almost time that he can come back.
that's all,
You
folks.
almost got through that 86,000 seconds.
Yeah, he's still timed out.
Did he get timed out? I don't want to know, do I?
No, he's not timed out. He's just playing.
I've been known to
yeah. We'll do another whiskey examination. We'll talk about which one we're going to do. But we'll keep this going. It's always a lot of fun. And, yeah, appreciate the chat. People on the panel. Cheers, guys. And anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my upcoming videos. Like beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.
Cheers to beers.
And whiskey.